What's up, everybody?
Good morning.
Hey,
Good
guys.
morning. Welcome back. Welcome to Nostalgia Power. Taking back Saturday mornings, whether you want us to or not. We're taking it back. Got a lot of people already here. Got a couple guys on the West Coast, I see. Guys getting up early to join us.
Bobby Vu, he's at work. He said we started
Bobby
at the right
Vu
time.
At work.
Bobby.
Well, I mean, on break at work. Again,
Bobby
must
up
start
early.
at like to shift at 3 a.m. or something like that.
Hey, Ralphie.
Yep, Ralphie's here. Stock Jock. What's up, buddy? MJ87. That's my brother. Don't mind him. Saying what's going on, guys?
B.
Oh, wow. We got
Good morning,
Kongs R Us in the chat. What's up,
yeah.
Kong?
Awake too. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, seriously. Nice.
If we got some West Coast guys, East Coast guys better step their game up.
Yeah, really.
I mean, it's like almost noon out here. So it's episode number 4.
Yeah.
Got a couple days to Halloween, and I don't know about you guys, but I would always get excited this time of year, getting close to Halloween. You know, all the Halloween specials started playing on TV. I mean, I'm sure we've been watching them for the past month.
Yeah.
Well, we just came off of Friday the 13th, and the funny part about that is those movies, you know, it's like all those movies carry over. So it's like you got Friday the 13th, and now you're leading into the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and all the variations of different different horror films. And you know, Five Nights at Freddy's just came out on Peacock and in theaters. If you guys, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's is a fairly popular video game, and they made a movie adaptation horror film, just got released yesterday. I watched it on Peacock yesterday and I enjoyed it. I thought it was wonderful, about animatronic, you know, like Chuck E. Cheese type characters, you know,
definitely
coming to life
thing of nightmares,
murdering people. Yeah. Awesome stuff.
My nephew wanted to see that. Is it really scary or not really?
No, it's PG-13. So there's no real gore. It's kind of tame, but to get to the but it's very psychological, and there's a lot of, so the horror is actually really, 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 really cool. Very well done. I mean, in my opinion, for a PG-13. Yeah, no, I'm not going to spoil nothing. But I wanted to briefly just touch on it because it's one of those things. It just came out and it's doing very well. I mean, theatrically, it's doing pretty good too, considering that it is in theaters and it's also available on streaming. So yeah.
I did see parts of the commercial. It looked good the way they did the.
I think you guys will like it. I really did. I think you guys will like it.
Definitely creepy looking.
For a PG-13 horror movie, it's done pretty well. I actually was amazed at what they were able to accomplish, and given the fact that, you know, it's supposed to be, you know, it's based on like an 80s themed kids pizza joint. It's kind of funny because they use a lot of 80s music in it, and they kind of crack on that nostalgia, which is another reason why I brought it up, you know, as, you know, a nostalgia power type thing. But it does lead in very well, you know, to, you know, celebrating Halloween and watching all this stuff. So yeah.
Well, I know those animatronics at Chuck E. Cheese, they were always a
little
creepy. You always had the one that had the eye that didn't work right, or the arm that didn't raise up. And
did anyone go to Showbiz? I was always at Chuck E. Cheese.
Showbiz Pizza Place. Yes, Phil. Yes, I went there a lot as a kid.
I would kill to go to Showbiz right now, even though I never went to one.
My favorite was the gorilla with the guitar. Like, those animatronics or something else.
Did the same company own both?
Oh yeah, of course. Showbiz was eventually bought out by Chuck E. Cheese, I think.
You know who
that's
owned,
what happened.
You know who owned Chuck E. Cheese, right?
No.
Serial
killer? Like this is
No. The guy from Atari.
Oh,
that's right.
I honestly thought for a second, Jesse, I honestly thought you were going to get into a creepy story, man. No, I was expecting some wild, creepy pasta from Jesse when he said the way you said it, where you was like, you know who owned that, right? Like I was just had like this. It had like this ominous feel to it. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna go there.
They own everything.
His name escapes me right now. Oh, I don't know. I was going to say Bushnell, but no.
So one time, we were living in California. My dad threw me a birthday party. I was probably in 2nd grade, and we go to Chuck E. Cheese, and you invite like all your friends from school, and we go around. I'm opening all the presents, and I look at my dad like at the end, like, "What'd you get me?" And he goes, "This is your present."
Being
Chuck
here.
E. Cheese.
And here a stack of quarters or tokens to go.
It was cool. It was really cool at one point, though.
I think, man, I used to love the pizza from Chuck E. Cheese. People, and it's so funny because during the pandemic, I remember when we were all on lockdown and they had it where you could on I think it was on Uber Eats, you could actually order pizza from Chuck E. Cheese. And I thought to myself,
really?
Who's gonna do that?
They're in the frozen section at the grocery store. Have you seen the Chuck E. Cheese pizza?
No.
I
did not know.
I'm tempted to try. Their pizza's good. Like
they've got frozen pizza versions of it now.
Yes.
I feel like I have to try that.
Home Run In, Joseph. Have you Home Run In pizza? It's like an Illinois special, right?
Yeah, I love Home Run In. Yeah.
The crust is a little like you got to have an acquired taste for the crust. By the time you get to the crust part, I'm wondering if that's how the Chuck E. Cheese pizza is at the grocery store.
Oh my god, that would be cool.
If you could just like flip it upside down and no cheese is falling off, like when it's frozen, because that's how a home run is.
Right.
Like it's just
Yeah.
And
Home Run In, the pizzas are always massive too. Like the box is like you're paying for the box more than you're paying for the actual pizza because the box is huge. But no, I'm all about that. I think that'd be cool to have a frozen pizza.
I'm gonna have to try it because I feel like a frozen pizza there's kind of like a ceiling to how good it could be, right?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of a connoisseur of frozen pizzas. I've tried them all, and you'd be surprised. There are some brands that are fantastic that are premium on levels they rival actual real pizza places.
Wow.
It's bizarre.
I need to step up my frozen pizza game.
Yeah, there's one brand I always get, and if
Motor
Kelly
City.
gets something else.
Yeah, have you tried the Motor City pizza, Phil?
No, I I can't think of the name of it, but it's always the 5 cheese. And for a frozen pizza, it's not bad.
Okay, cool.
It's like the exclusive at Pick and Save. It's like they're high end.
They've got some really high end ones because, for example, just as a point, the Motor City pizza, right? It's in it comes in a container, almost like a lasagna. Okay, the way that it's shaped. And then you put it in the oven, and when it comes out, it's almost restaurant quality. I'm not even going to lie. And it's a frozen pizza, but it's got all the vegetables and all the toppings. It's wonderful.
If you get a frozen pizza, for $8-9, and it's almost restaurant quality.
Yeah,
that's probably worth stocking up on. Then,
yeah. But it's usually, and that's the thing. It's usually out of stock when I go to get it. And so whenever I see it, I usually try to pick up at least
a couple of them,
3 or 4 of them at least, because they're always,
Pizza the next morning. Do you eat it cold or do you warm it up? My buddy warms it up.
Cold.
I eat it cold. Like it's cold every time.
Every time.
It depends on the pizza.
I don't heat up chicken wings either, man. I'll eat it
cold. Cold's the way to go, man.
It was Nolan Bushnell that owned it. I was right.
Okay.
Yeah. Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, somebody said that. Yeah, the only thing I'll eat, I may heat up like spaghetti. There's certain things you don't really eat cold. The pizza, I'll just
spaghetti. I've had spaghetti cold before.
So have I. I mean,
if it has has the right ingredients. It's not just spaghetti. It's got some other stuff in it.
Yeah, I agree with MJ87. Depends on the pizza. Like if it's a thin crust, I'll eat it cold. But if it's like Sicilian thick, I won't eat that cold. That's nasty.
I don't mind. I don't mind, man. Pizza, if it's cold, I don't care. It's like, to me,
I always thought it tasted funny or not as good if you put it in the microwave.
No, the microwave always messes it up. You got to either reheat it in the oven,
In the
or
oven.
another good way to do it is to cut it up and put it in the air fryer, and it'll come out really good.
That's all I use now is the air fryer.
Bobby eats them fresh.
Air fryer is awesome. Best invention of all time.
Absolutely.
I mean, my God, you ever put steak in the air fryer?
You could make a burger in,
you get
in
these
one.
real you get the not real thick steak. You get a thin steak, and you put it in the air fryer. I've had salmon in the air fryer. It's incredible, man.
Oh yeah, I think we use ours 4 or 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, incredible.
You don't have that 20-minute preheat time like the oven takes.
No.
Well, it doesn't come out like French fries in the ovens, not like the air fryer.
French fries in the air fryer. That's what French fries were made for. The air fryer.
When they designed the air fryer, they had French fries. That was why they did it. You're right.
That's why fryer is in the title. It's in the name. Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, see, and that's what Arcade went up. They should do a promotion with Chuck E. Cheese. You want to meld nostalgia and almost melt it into like a, do like a promotion of like a Chuck E. Cheese arcade, a Chuck E. Cheese arcade cabinet.
Don't give them any ideas.
Really?
That would be interesting.
In there?
Eat your heart out, 50th anniversary Atari. We got the Chuck E. Cheese arcade cabinet coming up. And Phil's gonna do a review.
We'll do a walk and talk there. They'll actually get a casino cade, but it will work without online play, right? Jesse.
It'll be like the arcade. It'll be like almost like a Guitar Hero with like the animatronics, and you can control one of the animatronics for the cabinet and have it like a Chuck E. Cheese cabinet.
That's what I want to see from New Wave Toys. Give us those little animatronic band members. Start making.
In a box.
Yeah.
In a box. A collection of all of them, just lined up.
The skee ball.
Right. I mean, why not? Right?
They might as well. I mean, they release what cigarette
charging ports.
Cigarette charging ports. Like, celebrate cancer with New Wave Toys.
There's no limit to what they could put out.
That had to be the oddest thing that they came out with first. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, and they were so excited. They were so excited for it though, because they're all chain smokers over there, dude. It's like
that's exactly what it is.
It looked cool and everything, but
weird.
It definitely has that nostalgia feel to it, I guess, a little bit, but that probably wouldn't have been something I would have thought of,
3/4 scale machine, and we see a full-size cigarette machine there.
He didn't want to talk about anything else. We're going to talk about the cigarette machine.
Yeah. Screw our little mini arcade cabinets. The cigarette machine is where it's at, man.
This is where you want to go.
I mean, you want to talk about nostalgia. That's where the power is, brother.
Exactly.
What were always the ones who were like cool or something? Is that what the machine is? Is it a cool machine?
Yeah, because it had people kind of used like that whole Newport Pleasure promotion on the, you've seen some thumbnails of it, but yeah, the way the cool logo was, that's how it resembled.
Hey, who knows? Maybe that's just the beginning. Maybe we will see the little Chuck E. Cheese robots.
Yeah, well, that would be great. Little mini versions of all the animatronics
that actually moved around,
and they actually move around, so you could have these creepy little things.
Get them all. They could play a song together.
Yeah,
link up.
The band members, each one has an instrument. Each one comes with an instrument, and when you link them together via Wi-Fi, they
sync up together.
They start sync up together, and then they sing songs that you used to hear at Chuck E. Cheese.
We're on to something with that. Although those, like I said, those animatronics,
they
New
Wave Toys,
right with me. That always reminded me of. I think it was a Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors episode. You guys remember the one when they went to Itchy and Scratchy Land, and the animatronic Itchy and Scratchy robots came to life and started killing everybody.
Yeah, those Treehouse of Horror episodes get pretty crazy, man.
Which actually, that's a good segue, right, into the Halloween specials. Some of the your favorite ones, and I would have to think the Treehouse of Horrors would probably be at or near the top of most people's lists. Like you were saying, Zod. I mean, they get pretty crazy with some of those things.
Yeah,
the two aliens. You guys remember their names?
And they get gory too. I mean,
oh yeah, like
I don't remember the names. I don't remember the names of the aliens, but I just remember the one that used to like
or something.
Yeah, and the one that used to drool all the time. Every time you'd see like buckets of drool just coming out of its mouth, and it just would be like, wow, how are they doing this? And some of them would get really bloody and gory, and it would just be like, wow, this is a cartoon.
What was this?
Treehouse of Horror, Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Their Halloween, Halloween episodes. The Treehouse of Horrors, which they still making them. I mean, got to be.
And here's the thing I want to know. Speaking of that, and speaking of gore and everything, why do you guys think that Arcade 1-Up hasn't put out a Splatterhouse arcade cabinet right around Halloween? Would that not sell?
Is Splatterhouse Sega? That's the first like red flag.
I thought Splatterhouse was Namco. Am I wrong? Is it Namco or is it Sega? I have to look that up.
I'll look it up right now.
Look it up right now. Let's see.
Yeah, I can't think. I don't know off the top of my head if it's Sega or not. You might be
or
right.
Namcot, which is basically an offshoot of Namco, isn't it? Is it not? So why? I mean, I could see, you put out a Splatterhouse cabinet right now.
Yeah,
Namco. You put out a Splatterhouse cabinet right now. You have the Halloween crowd. You're gonna sell a bunch of those.
They would. I mean, I would say Ghosts and Goblins, but obviously, I think that's kind of New Wave has that license. I don't know if they have it too, but because Ghosts and Goblins is Capcom, so they. I guess
they've got that. They've got that working relationship with Capcom. But what I'm saying is, I mean, you put out a Splatterhouse cab. I think you'd sell more Splatterhouse cabs than you would Time Crisis.
What else would you put on it though? What other games would it be?
Well, I'd have to look into that. Namco.
Namco, you could do. There's a lot you could do, right? I mean,
they put 20 more Pac-Mans on it.
Yeah,
20 more variants of Pac-Man and.
You're absolutely right.
Galaga.
Yeah.
At least you get the Splatterhouse game with the artwork, and then they just use the filler games from the
you get the same the rest of the game, the same 13 other games that you normally would get on a deluxe cabinet or what is it, a legacy cab.
Yeah, which I think that was a lot of people's complaints, that it wasn't so bad. The rehash year wasn't so bad. It was just the fact that a lot of these cabinets didn't offer you anything else in terms of new games. So
I mean, Phil, would you buy a Splatterhouse cabinet?
I don't know. I mean, I have it on the Hilo hack, and I've played it.
Oh I play it all the time.
If you were walking in Best Buy and you saw it in person,
it
depends on the price, like $4.99.
You know what?
Free 99 on the Hilo hack, though.
No, $3.99.
Free 99
for the Street Fighter 2 Deluxe in the Galaga was the worst thing that could happen, because now, why would you pay $4.99 for a standard deluxe cabinet? Because if they could sell them for $3.99, then why can't they do it every time now? And I know that's not Arcade 1-Up. That's the retailers making that call, is what I understand. But don't pay $4.99 for any deluxe, because they're going to drop.
It's completely unnecessary. Just like Time Crisis is completely unnecessary for that price. I think the sweet spot for Time Crisis would have been $4.99. Being realistic about it,
I think it's going to come down to $4.99.
It's going to come down to $4.99 or $3.99.
What's it at?
Talking about those guns.
Yeah, was that what it was, Jesse? $750.
I think it's $750, right?
$750 right now.
Good God.
Yeah, I mean, besides She Lion, Cornercade, and me, who's buying these? I mean, that's a lot of money, you guys.
That's a lot of money. Yeah.
Oh yeah, She Lion went in depth on it yesterday, but I think it's just one of those things where, like, you're talking about a cabinet where you want something to be themed for the season, so you figure during the Halloween season, you put out a game like Splatterhouse, since there's no Friday the 13th. That's the closest you're going to get to, like, say, a Friday the 13th arcade game.
Yeah, I would like it for the artwork on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah, I
Because I have
agree.
everything's
You
horror.
kinda-
So.
You kind of go back to the Punisher, like, we're not going to do another Punisher type game. A Splatterhouse is kind of a PG related compared to a Freddy Jason type game.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
absolutely.
right.
Like, retailers would be like, yeah, sure,
Saying Spirits, I don't buy it. I think they're full of crap, just like they were with
KI Pro.
Killer Instinct.
Mhm.
They told you they limited the number of KI cabinets, and KI was getting discounted like you wouldn't believe. How many people got KI for $150?
Not I.
I mean, you're and the same thing with the FOMO for NFL Blitz. The same thing for that FOMO. Like Time Crisis is the
tactic.
Time Crisis is the same. I think Time Crisis is the same animal, and I think me and Phil, $4.99. It's going to go down to $4.99 especially by the holidays. Black Friday, you might even be able to get that thing even less than that.
It's like what Nintendo did back in 1988 with Super Mario Brothers 2 and Zelda 2. They said there was a chip shortage and the quantities were going to be limited on those games, to drive up the.
Well, they did that a lot. We were talking about that on one other episode. They did that a lot years ago, where they limited them, but they weren't allowed to do that anymore, supposedly.
Yeah, I mean, whether or not that their chip shortage was actually a real thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's what they said, that way. Yep. And then it turned into like chaos around Christmas time. People were fighting each other to try to get these games. And
look at Ralphie, $200 he got it for at Costco. How long ago was that, Ralphie? That's
a good price. If you get any of these for $200, especially a 4-player.
Oh, MG brings up a good
question. I mean, I think MG. We could all give you 10 games. All 4 of us could probably give you 10 different games.
Yeah, I mean, they're all.
Everybody loves the
January.
A lot of good games that aren't going to cost you $400 or $500 either. I mean, just off the top of my head, games like Contra and DuckTales, Super Mario Brothers 3, Legend of Zelda, all those you could probably get for $20 or less. Yeah, Tecmo Bowl. If you want to get into like some of the Mega Man games, then you're going to start spending a little bit of money. But
or if you like me, which my favorite NES game of all time is Mighty Final Fight, and unfortunately, Mighty Final Fight came at the end of the NES life cycle, and Mighty Final Fight is a very expensive game.
$200-$300
unless you do what I did and you get yourself a nice repro and put it on the shelf, and then it doesn't matter. It's like it's here.
I mean, I have a repro of Flintstones and Little Samson back there.
That's what I did. I bought repros complete in-box repros for both Little Samson and Mighty Final Fight because they're just too expensive, but it's nice to have them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I get the same. I don't know if you get that same feeling, Mike, when you look at them. Like, it's nice that they're there and they look great, and I didn't have to pay all that money for them.
Yep, it's good enough for me.
It's good enough for me. I'm not selling it. It's sitting on my shelf. I'm not selling it.
Century,
right?
Unless you stumble across it in a yard sale or at a flea market or something. But I feel like at this point, most people know that these things may be worth something. That's why you see games that aren't that great, the prices are high on them because they don't know. They just figure, it's a retro console game. These things go for a lot of money.
Yeah, and
so
they really, and a lot of them
for a
really
Top Gun or something.
I mean, I've got, multi-carts too. You get a multi-cart and has like tons of games on it.
Yeah, right.
Put it in your clone console or your whatever you might have. And,
I have one of those. It's like 450 in one or something like that.
Yeah, I got one of those too. And it's like I've got the that NES, what's it called? I forget what it's called, but it's like a tablet, but it plays NES cartridges, and it's and I got a multi-cart in it, and I haven't taken the multi-cart out of it. I know I'm not even going to bother to switch cartridges.
Yeah, when I first started collecting, that was one of the ones I bought because that was like before emulation was like a real big thing.
Yeah,
so I was like, well, this is a good way to to play a bunch of these games as I'm starting to buy them up. And yeah, you can find those.
And there's so many great. I mean, you could buy them on AliExpress for cheap.
Like nothing.
You know, you get a couple. You get $15-20. You get yourself a really great multi-cart, and it's got tons of great games on it. And you're not.
You just have to wait a year for delivery from AliExpress.
Yeah, AliExpress takes for me. I've ordered multi-carts off of AliExpress a few times. It takes a month. So you wait about a month and you get your multi-cart, but you didn't spend that much. So it's like, some things are worth waiting for because you're not spending a whole lot of money for them.
I bought 2 things from AliExpress in the past, and both things. Did you see their packing? Like when you open the box, does it stink to you?
I don't know.
They have some weird plastic.
I've only bought multi-carts off of AliExpress.
Two things. When I opened the box, I was like, "What is that smell? Good Lord, Chinese plastic."
It's coming from the.
Don't breathe it in too deep.
It's coming from
no.
It's coming from the toxic plastics factory in China. So you know. You don't want to breathe it in too deeply. It'll be a horror story, you know.
Right.
Be another one of Jesse's horror stories. He'll start telling us the story and be like, "Oh,
Jesse's got a good cartoon though, don't?"
Oh yeah. We'll have to show that.
You want to play that now before we?
Get
into some Halloween stuff.
Yeah. Being that we're in the creepy season, I think
I'll
this goes on the creepy.
So I don't know if anybody saw this. He showed us this before we got on, and now I'm like paranoid. I keep like looking behind me, like this creepy thing is going to be stalking. So yeah, we'll
Pennywise.
Yeah. Hopefully this works.
Breakfast. I'm hungry. Take it from Crinkles. That's me. The best breakfast under the big top is Post Sugar Rice Crinkles. So crinkly, so delicious, so different. Each grain of rice in Sugar Rice Crinkles is crinkled with honey and sugar. It's so good, I crinkle every time I eat it. Yep, no matter what other rice cereal you've ever tried, you'll love Post Sugar Rice Crinkles best of all. Honey and sugar make it different and wonderful. A circus of fun to eat. So you crinkle on down to the store for Post Sugar Rice Crinkles, the greatest cereal treat on earth.
That's
right there is the creepy look.
Yeah, look how the box opened up. I mean, did they not have cereal bags in there? Was it just like you flip the cardboard
it was just
tab
the cardboard, and there you go. You just start pouring.
He crinkles when he eats it.
Yeah.
That's the word. That's the word of the day, guys. Crinkles. And you notice there was no milk in the thing.
No,
he's dry.
Which
he likes
funny.
Dry,
that's a good segue to something else that's coming up.
He likes it dry, Jesse.
That's why he crinkles.
That's terrible.
Like no music, no anything. Just the creepiest clown you can think of.
That was from the 50s.
And it makes you
crazy.
And so that makes you realize how people got so messed up.
Yeah, I think it was 1957 that came out. Oh, and you know what cereal came that went out? Crinkles cereal went out, and what replaced that was Post Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. Yep.
Well, who makes Rice Krispies? That's not Post, is it?
Kellogg's.
Okay. Oh, so that was there.
Yeah, I remember they used to have the marshmallows. Like there was that one Rice Krispies where they had marshmallows in it. They had the Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Cocoa Krispies. Cocoa Pebbles too. Right?
Yeah, I always like when it comes to it, it was Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. Like I was going Post every time over Kellogg's. Because it's the Flintstones. Like, I mean, what do you want to stare at on the box?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Pebbles.
Yeah, the Fruity Pebbles. Those were and Cocoa Pebbles. Those were always some of the best cereal boxes to look at because they always had like cartoons on the back.
Cartoons,
some game or something you could play.
Yeah, it was like Kellogg's. What was that? No, Post Raisin Bran. That was like the most boring cereal box to look at.
That's it.
It was just like there's nothing on it. You just know
Nothing
it
at
wasn't
all.
for kids.
You just
Nutrition. Yeah, it was just for an
you
adult.
You just marvel at the purple. You're like,
You know, I used to think my father was like not with it because he called every cereal Wheaties. Every single cereal, like he'd come out and go, "You eating your Wheaties?" I'm like,
Didn't matter
"No,
what it
Fruity
was.
Pebbles." Like,
Yeah.
what the hell's wrong with you? He called every cereal.
So Jesse, are you saying you never actually had Wheaties in the house? It was always
No, we never ate Wheaties, but he
He
called
just
cereal Wheaties.
called them Wheaties. He was obsessed with Wheaties. He'd seen too many of those commercials.
We never got. The only time we ever ate Wheaties was like when like one of the sports teams around me won a championship, and then they were put on the Wheaties box, and then we got them. Which I
But
saved.
you didn't want to open it.
Yeah, right.
It has you got Brett Favre on it. Running around.
But there's
you don't want to open that box up.
Yeah, Wheaties. I mean, talk about bland.
Yeah, really. It was really bad.
That's not the cereals that any kid ever ate when they got up on Saturday morning to watch cartoons. And if they did, I feel bad for them.
Wheaties, Bruce Jenner was on that for a while, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Like whenever he was like,
look what that cereal did to him.
Winning hit. Yeah, so that's when
Oh yeah, there was something in that cereal, Jesse. I'm with you 100%. That is insane.
It's melted his brain.
Yeah, it really did. It killed.
Yeah, you got to have sugar. There's nothing wrong with Count Chocula. Okay.
Nothing. Right.
Yeah, I mean, look at how great of a YouTuber Phil is. There's nothing wrong with Count Chocula.
Right.
Sugared cereal is the way to go.
I ate Wheaties. It didn't turn me into a pro hockey player, So, sorry guys. Breakfast of champions, huh?
But did you try though, Mike?
Did I try?
Yeah, to become a pro hockey player.
Well, not really.
You say you don't know.
Like,
I mean, if you would have tried, you would have because of the cereal.
I just show up with a bowl of Wheaties. Like, all right, guys, I'm ready to make the team.
It's like Powerade was a total lie. Every bottle did not have a drop of Deion Sanders sweat in it. Like, who started that rumor?
I don't know.
I'm actually
Deion Sanders did.
I'm actually surprised Ghouls and Ghosts never became a cereal. To be honest with you,
Stock Jock, how much sugar did you put on it to eat the Wheaties though?
That's the thing. Yeah.
He'd scoop the bottom of the bowl and just
just had the grit.
It was sugar. It was actual sugar. It's actual sugar. It's not NutraSweet or any of that aspartame crap that gives us all cancer.
No, it was real cane sugar.
This thing's probably full of this sugar-free monster that
yours that probably has aspartame in it.
Oh god, I can only
the one you drank. I don't know, but
I don't even want to look.
Yeah, we could ask New Wave Toys to make us a NutraSweet sugar bowl since they're all about promoting cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would be.
Well, at least candy cigarettes. I mean,
That's why they got to make their cigarette machine big so you can actually
little packs of candy cigarettes in
them because they still sell those.
Which and there was always to tie this back into Halloween. I remember getting those on occasion out there trick or treating. Like who are the parents out there that were giving out candy cigarettes?
Pain smokers like the people over at New Wave Toys.
Yep. There was always every once in a while you'd get a pack of candy cigarettes.
How many of you had I had a crazy neighbor that back in the city, there was always two family houses, so they were pretty high. So we'd go to this one house, and the person down on the first floor never came out. Only the person on the second floor, but they wouldn't come down the stairs. They would just open up their window and they tell us, "Open your bag, open your bag." So we're all standing there like a bunch of sheep, lined up, opening our bags. You know what she did? This SOB.
Not the pennies.
Yeah, she wrapped up almost 25 pennies in tinfoil and then chucked them down at us.
Those are the worst thing. Those are those peanut butter, those orange or black wrappers of like that hard, like peanut butter, like chewy candy was the absolute worst candy to get.
Oh my god!
Or pennies.
Oh yeah, we always used to get that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Just the wax paper. Yep, orange or black.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like supposed to be peanut butter flavored, but they were just like this god awful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd always have some
Awful.
monster in the neighborhood that would
Or like
hand those out.
people
Black,
like-
black licorice and red hots. It's like, you know
Those,
what?
like,
Guys,
popcorn
did you ever hear of
balls
a
or
Snickers
something?
bar? Like M&M's, this is why we're out here. Like,
Right.
Then
You
get the
always
one good
always had
neighbor
that big house, the neighbor with the big house that was always that gave out the full
I was just
size
gonna say,
Snicker
it's like a red
bars
one.
and,
Yep.
figured that's what you were
and freaking Three Musketeers bars the size of like Texas, like huge, and you'd be like, wow. it would weigh like a pound. You'd be like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Weigh down your whole basket.
What's your top candy? What's the best? If you could get one, what's the best trick or treat candy?
Oh, trick or treat.
hmm.
I like it all.
I always
Yeah.
thought Tootsie Rolls was the most common.
I know, but what's your
Always
favorite?
have
If you
a
could
I
pick,
always like the
what's
Butterfinger bar, like a Butterfinger.
Butterfingers are great.
Maybe a
Yeah, I
big
mean, I'm
fruit.
not gonna eat too much candy now, but
The
would
Reese's
still eat
peanut
a
butter
Butterfinger.
cups, guys. Like, I'll take those all
My
day.
wife loves those.
Oh yeah, those are amazing.
what the
Oh,
Reese's?
man.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't go wrong with
Yeah,
Reese's
give
peanut
me
butter.
them all day.
Well, I'm excited. You know, we're gonna be taking the kid trick or treating. So,
Awesome.
Is that today or tomorrow?
No, it's actually Tuesday. They're doing it Halloween.
Oh wow.
Yep.
You know, I used to around
You
here
get
by
pick
me. I
through all
used
this
to have
candy.
when I first moved to where I'm at now in this apartment. I used to get a flood of trick or treaters all the time, tons of them on Halloween, and like the last few years, haven't had any.
Yeah.
It's been dead.
I
Is
think
trick or-
It's hit or miss.
Is trick or treating dead in any of you guys'
Well,
neighborhoods?
yeah. When I bought this house, it was 22 years ago. I haven't had a child come to this door yet.
Oh, wow,
Who
yeah.
says
I mean,
that?
you don't put
Yeah.
those Michael Myers heads on your front
Yeah, well,
porch. do
yeah,
you?
maybe it could be.
I know.
Jesse's the guy they've been told to stay away from. Don't go near there. See Michael Myers. He puts Michael Myers in the window.
No, there's not really.
Actually, I answered
My
the
area is
door
not
like
good
that.
for trick or treating. We'll go out to my wife's sisters. They
It's
live
too
in a
much
housing
work getting
plan.
up to that your house. It's like you're too far in the boonies, aren't you?
Yeah,
But
right.
you
There's
got
nobody.
bears.
So we go. Yeah, seriously, bears that walk up. to my
Bears
front
and
door.
coyotes. Yeah.
He's finding Mortal Kombats in the
in
wild.
the woods. Yeah.
I agree, MJ.
Well, guys, 40 minutes in, we got to hit a commercial break here. It's been our sponsors are probably going crazy right now.
All right.
So everybody, hang tight. We got a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
And now, this message.
Hey kids, tired of tearing up the inside of your mouth eating that jagged, rough, dry breakfast cereal? Don't let that cereal tear your mouth to shreds. Use what the Dark Knight uses. Soften it up with bat milk. Farmed directly from bat nipples themselves, only the biggest and plumpest bats are used from the darkest depths of the bat cave. Tell them, Batman.
Bat milk. It makes me big and strong so I can serve up a lot of justice.
Let's hear what billionaire Bruce Wayne has to say.
Hi kids, I'm Bruce Wayne, and I'm here today to talk to you about my favorite drink, bat milk.
Bruce, you're wearing the Batman suit still?
Aw, son of a...
Okay, let's see how Batman's doing. Oh my. Let's take it back to billionaire Bruce Wayne.
Hi kids, I'm Bruce Wayne, and I'm here to talk to you about...
Come on, Bruce! The wrong voice and you're wearing the mask. Jeez, I'm working with idiots here. Let's go back to Batman for a final word.
My insides are burning up! I think I take this bat thing a little too far sometime. I should have just drank regular milk like a normal person. Alfred, quick, call an ambulance. I think I'm getting rabies.
Bat milk. Drink it, and who knows? You might end up just like Batman. Batman?
This is George Lucas, and you are watching Nostalgia Power with the bad guy Mike Worley, Jester Tester, Zod Writer, and PD7. Disney may have messed up Star Wars forever, but with fans like this who go out of their way to highlight the magic of what came before, the Force will always be with us.
Now back to our show.
I don't know, guys. I'd probably stay away from the bat milk. That seems kind of gross.
God. Wow. That was a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think
Extra.
Batman takes it a little too far with the Batman, with the bat stuff.
Wow.
But
I
I
knew
will
he was
say,
eccentric, but man,
yeah, that George Lucas, man, that was impressive, Zod.
Yeah, hey, George and I go way back.
He must be your neighbor or something. I mean,
yeah, really.
Yeah,
Yes, MG. I think he figured it out. Yes, it was from the bat nipples. That's where the bat milk came from, right? Where else would you get bat milk, right? Did you guys? I mean, did you remember that? What was that? Batman Forever or Batman and Robin when they started getting goofy?
Batman and Robin when they started with the nipples.
When they added it, why?
Mm-hmm.
And then they had he flashes the Batman credit card in the one scene.
It was so cringy.
I know it really
bad,
was.
But you know
It was like the Batman movie. It was like Batman on ice, pretty much. You picture it happening at a rink, like an ice.
But it's a comic book in that time frame. So when was that? 97.
Yeah.
Look at the Phantom. The Phantom was out. The Shadow, like those movies. I mean, they take us away from reality. As bad as Batman and Robin were, it's a comic book movie.
Oh, I love
it a lot when I was a kid.
It's a classic.
Batman Forever. We watched them. I mean, they don't hold up as well as the Batman or Batman and Batman Returns. Not nearly as well as either one. But
that time frame, it was more goofy kind. Actually, the Phantom, it's a good movie.
Phantom's not bad.
They never got the Shadow. On the other hand, I would go Phantom.
Yeah, the Shadow movie's hard to watch because it just...
Well, his face was different. Like, was that Baldwin the whole time? Like when he put the mask on, it's like his nose was huge.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Yeah, but what wasn't weird? The Shadow Super Nintendo game. That was a lot of fun.
Ooh,
the
Mike,
Shadow Super Nintendo game is so amazing. It's a nice beat 'em up. It's a nice beat 'em up.
Jeez,
almost on the level of the Batman Returns Super Nintendo game.
That's a Jay and Silent Bob reference.
Yeah.
From MG. No, I don't have that for Super Nintendo. I don't even know if I knew they made it.
It's a good game. Really good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
nice beat 'em up.
Look that one up, man.
As long as it doesn't cost me an arm and a leg, I'm okay. That's how I pick up a lot of my games. If it comes up in conversation or if somebody talks about it and I'll look it up, and I try to stay away from eBay if I can, just because they tend to rip you off.
That's on Bobby Sarah. Joseph, do you have that on your multicade?
Yes, I do. Well, I have it on the Bobby Sarah.
And I do too.
But I don't have it on the multicade because it's a Super Nintendo game. And
Can we pull up some gameplay here? The Shadow.
Yeah, of course.
This is interesting.
Yeah, give me see if I can figure out how to do it. Not
here we go.
Crash the whole world. Did you got it, Zod?
I got it. I can share my screen. Hold on. Here, hold on. Let me share my screen here, and we'll.
It's empty. We all look at Jesse. Oh man.
Well, the comment he made about George Clooney being the worst Batman, there was a rumor, I don't know how true it is, that back then, or even maybe to this day, if you approach George Clooney and tell him you saw Batman and Robin, he'll give you $5 to pay for your ticket.
Like, really?
That's
really?
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. It's playing. So
All right, here we go. This is what now? Shadow.
Kind of looks like the Mr. X from Streets of Rage 2.
Yeah, with the hands. Yeah, this is the Shadow for Super Nintendo. Very fun game.
Is that Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo, not NES.
Saying it looks pretty good for NES. This looks promising.
I'm looking it up right now to see what eBay is charging for it. Oh wow, $18. No, that can't be right. These are all Chinese knockoffs. So was this actually released for Super Nintendo, or was this like a Super Famicom?
I believe.
I mean, it's English, so I guess it would be Super Nintendo.
It's Super Nintendo. I mean, yeah.
All I'm seeing is Double Dragon 5, The Shadow. That's definitely not it. Yeah, The Shadow, which is coming up as a Chinese knockoff.
Yeah, it's like separation anxiety with
separation anxiety and Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Batman Returns.
Yeah,
this is good.
Yeah, this is definitely.
It's the arcade. It's arcade
vibes.
It's an arcade beat 'em up.
Yep, got to get the SNES now.
Like Final Fight.
Yeah, it's definitely Final Fight, Batman Returns.
It plays a lot like Batman Returns though, in terms of the play mechanics and the action and the button combinations.
Might have to check this one out.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm gonna look on the Bobby Sarah. Be a good Saturday night game to play.
Yeah, 1920s Final Fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of like the way he's dressed.
That's funny because my father, when we were kids, he used to talk about The Shadow, and he would talk about how he used to just listen to it on the radio before they had TV, and he would go through all the episodes, and I'd be sitting there like, "Yeah, that's great, Dad. Sounds like a great time." I mean, he was obsessed with The Shadow and all these other shows on the radio.
Flash Gordon and The Shadow and Tarzan, right?
Yeah, all those. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good reference.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out for anybody that that wants to play a fun beat 'em up on the SNES.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, Super Mario World. That's still a great game. It might be my favorite Mario game out of all of them.
Now I want to check and see if it's on the Bobby Sarah. I don't remember if it's on the Bobby Sarah or not. I think it is because it is SNES.
One of these days, I'm going to start branching into playing some SNES games. I always talk about it because there's so many good ones. That to me, that's probably one of the best systems that they ever made, just because of like the versatility that.
A lot of great fighting games and beat 'em ups, and
they were finally able to start emulating and porting over arcade games and making them actually look like they should.
I was saying the same thing on the Street Fighter 2 review, that the first time I ever played Street Fighter 2 was on a Super Nintendo. Like, I didn't know it was an arcade.
Yeah,
1992. Like, I don't know this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's when I played that. When I was building it the other day, it just brought me back to 1992 again. Like, I had so much fun playing that on Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
Super Nintendo. We had a great time playing that.
There were so many. I mean, even like NBA Jam. A great transition to the Super Nintendo. Turtles in Time, which is Turtles 4 on the Super Nintendo. they all play almost exactly the way they did in the arcades.
In a perfect world, Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that as far as consoles. I mean, you could you could have it all. The thing about Nintendo is that rectangle controller just digs right into the palm of your hand.
Not very
it was just so uncomfortable.
Super Tennis. Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys remember, but later, after they released the Super Nintendo, they reinvented the original. They made it a top loader like the Super Nintendo was, and then they redesigned the controller with the rounded edges like the Super NES controller. And it almost looked like they called it the dog bone because yeah, Hot Rangus, about time you get up. Jeez, it's almost noon.
Man, how can your back? How can you lay in bed that?
Maybe he didn't go to bed until 5 a.m. Who knows? He's what do they call that when you're up all night long?
Night owl.
Sleep deprived.
Either or. Hey, Mike Hawk, what's up, man?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, RoboCop vs. Terminator on Super Nintendo. That was a good one. Insomnia. Yeah, I guess that would be another good.
Yes.
So I'm glad he showed up because I think he's supposedly coming over tonight. We're going to attempt to do a live stream of the game PT. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that game.
No, what's PT?
It's like a psychological horror game. And I think I played the trailer of it, probably like 4 years ago. And I think you like wake up in this house. You have no idea where you're at, no idea what's going on. All this crazy like paranormal stuff starts to happen. Like you hear noises and voices and things. It's like pretty freaky.
The moment you said PT, the thing that came to my head was physical therapy. I'm like, you're gonna play a game.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of them rubber armband things, and we're gonna do live streaming of us doing physical therapy.
Oh man.
So we're gonna attempt it. We were gonna do it last weekend, but Hot Rangus forgot a very important cable that needed to hook everything up. So,
I can confirm, Phil. I just checked right now. The shadow is on the Bobby Sarah.
Yes.
Yes.
Bobby
Sarah. It's on the Bobby Sarah. I don't know. I got it next to me right here. The Bobby.
Nice. We're getting some behind the scenes here
on the Bobby Sarah.
Yes. All right. The Bat Cave.
And it's loading.
MJ87. You're invited too.
And it's going to come up on the. It's coming up. So it is on here.
Excellent.
It is official.
I want to play this game. Now, is there a way to keep continuing? Like when you play a game, like you want to beat it. Like I'm all about game cheating, getting all these extra lives. How do we do it on the Bobby Sarah? How do we finish a game?
I think you can.
Do cheat codes work?
I don't know.
Well, because you got to go into RetroArch. You can go into RetroArch and do it and save. You could do, because RetroArch has the save option built in. So you just go into that.
Can you does it offer save states then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you could like instantly save the game at any time.
Yeah.
And then reload it from that point.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. That's all you really need.
I think B and select is the let me see. B and select.
Oh yeah.
Okay, B. Okay,
there's so much to learn on that yet.
Okay, wait, no, it's actually on my controller, the controller I'm using the Neo Geo 8-bit DOE wireless for this.
How does that work?
It plays great, but I click A and select, and I go into RetroArch, and I can go into the settings, and I can do and I can do save. I can do save, wow. And you can do like a quick save. So you can do there's a save state right here. So you could do save.
Are you able to play your Sindin on there? I know that Retro Lizard did the video.
As soon as I get the retro shooter kit, I'm going to do a video
I know, but you could plug in your send-in.
Yeah.
On,
I think send-in works fine on the Bobby Sarah because it's Battle Sarah. So yeah.
OMG. It's hard to take you serious sometimes.
It uses Bluetooth.
Hey, MG, I need your address, man, because you won, and I gotta look that up now. Was that the Blockbuster video?
You won, but you didn't care that you won.
Yeah, come on, man. Now, post your address, your social security number, your bank account information right here in the live chat. We'll send you a prize.
Either Discord, just message me on Discord, or email. I found previous messages we had for Bobby's giveaway, but I can't find the one with your address.
Oh yeah, what did he win?
He won a Bobby Sarah.
Johnny, tell him what he's won.
He won a Bobby Sarah. Complete with every Super Nintendo game known to man.
And a 5-night stay at Lake Titicaca.
Hey, let's do one trivia right now, and then we'll do a second one. We'll do a second one later.
Yeah, that sounds good.
This is really easy. This in the Masters of the Universe cartoon. What is the name of He-Man's sword called?
Sword of Omens.
Has to be has to be correct. No abbreviations. None of that cheating.
In the Masters of the Universe, what is the name of He-Man's sword? Man, he gets it right every week.
She writes Kevin.
Hey, he wants to keep. He wants to keep winning. He's a winner.
All right, Saiyan Spirits, you have just won a Hot Wheels Batman Retro from the Flash, the white Batmobile.
Power Sword. That was Power
Very
Rangers.
cool.
Congratulations.
I'll say the white Batmobile looks pretty slick.
It does. I saw digging through all the Hot Wheels at the grocery store last weekend. This woman walks up to me and just like is mortified that I'm like digging through all these toys. I'm like, you have no idea what these are for. Like, just mind your business.
Just like looked at you like, why is this grown man looking?
You're like, I'm a collector, damn it.
Like, lady, it's the Batmobile, okay? Like,
yeah,
I'm a collector.
Any idea about nostalgia power, lady? Like, come on.
Yeah, speaking of nostalgia power, we gotta launch some nostalgia power T-shirts, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I like that logo.
We definitely got to do that.
Saying's tired of winning. Well, quit being so smart and knowing all these trivia questions. Said you're gonna have to just like ship all his prizes all at once, like by UPS.
Yeah,
or something.
They're all shipping today, I promise. So you got 3 things coming, and I got them right here.
That's right.
We have one more prize to give away, and it's gonna be, if everyone remembers these. Little capsules.
Oh, those are those magic blue pills that. Oh wait, not them.
No, yep. I was going to say the same thing.
I was like, how do I say it and not really?
I know. I was trying to do it too, but
will be the Magic Row. I love these things.
We're trying to keep this.
It just shows you right here, like
that's right.
You know,
that's
it's
right.
like it's like the back of the back of the turtles. You know, the Secret of the Ooze. You know, they shows you.
Yep.
How they transform here.
Those are always fun to have as kids. Street chalk. No, those aren't. That's not street chalk. Yeah, it's what are they, like little spongy type things, right?
Spongies, yeah. Yeah, to show you to get kids hooked on pills at an early age, you know. Just
exactly. How many kids do you think any kid ever ate one of those? It would cause some serious destruction, right? Like that thing's starting to just slowly open up inside your.
The grocery store has some really good stuff. Like, remember going as a kid? They'd have like, you would find those Superpowers Kenner figures at the grocery store in the 80s. Like, there was always that, like,
grocery stores had pretty cool. I remember getting like G.I. Joe or something from there before.
Yeah.
They used to have a little section of like the corner drugstores used to have comic books and used to be able to find some cool stuff there.
So much good stuff in the 80s at the stores. Hey, good morning, Thor.
Yeah, good morning, Thor. Yeah, if you throw him in your pool, you get a full-size dinosaur.
Get a floaty.
Yeah, it sucks into the filter, and then your dad's very upset with you.
Oh, do you guys remember sea monkeys?
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, I can't remember what they are.
Those are the greatest, man. They
Yeah.
you put them in water and they grow and
and they would swim around. It was a bunch of bacteria just floating around in your
Yeah.
room.
Oh, those are real things.
It was this toxic material.
Yeah, and I don't know what it turned into, but it was like these little things that would float around in the
Little
water.
creatures.
They were
That's
alive.
what South
but-
Park had an episode. They called them the Sea People. I don't know if you guys remember seeing that. I'm not going to get into it because it's pretty. It's definitely not PG.
There you go, Thor. Exactly. It was brine shrimp. Yes.
Oh, now would they actually grow up into like real?
Yeah, but they were like very tiny, like
so like a brine
and they
shrimp are very tiny anyways.
Yeah.
Seamen.
Yeah. The Sea People. Yeah, you remember? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
What? He grow 100 times bigger. I don't know. Who knows if he's telling the truth or not? Real creatures.
Real creatures.
Should all be ashamed. Then what do you do with them after? I mean, imagine they don't have long life.
They die.
You just
they live for about 45 minutes and then they end up in the
brain
sewer.
Magneto. Welcome to die.
I remember the first place I got them was from the back of the comic books. You can like order things from there, and that's where I first got sea monkeys from.
Yeah, they always used to have weird stuff like that you could buy.
Yeah,
in the comic book
but you didn't want to remove that page because you were taken away from that comic. You know, you knew they had that like superhero guy on the back, kind of looks like Captain America, kind of. And he had all these like cool things like save up for this and this was some kind of pyramid scheme, but
yeah,
I can't.
Always a pyramid scheme. Life is a pyramid scheme. What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we got to get into at least one quick little Halloween thing. I know we've been going on for over an hour. That's the beauty of nostalgia power, though. You could have a whole synopsis and everything that you want to talk about, and then just totally just
goes on.
Yeah, it takes on a life of its own, which I think we all kind of expected that. So, all right, then your favorite Halloween specials. There's got to be some. Obviously, there's some heavy hitters out there, but
Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, that went right to my head. It was.
It's got to be number one, right? It's got to be number one.
I got a rock.
Yep,
it's a great one.
That one still, and it's a crime they don't show that on TV anymore. I think
you got. If you were talking earlier,
network, right?
Apple, was that Apple Plus? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, or Apple TV or something.
Apple
like
TV,
that.
Apple Plus.
But you had the subscription network.
I'm getting old. I don't have any subscriptions right now except Amazon because all I watch is YouTube. That's
MG.
You know.
Yeah, YouTube is the primary.
Don't say such things.
Big time. But we have to have all these different subscriptions to watch this stuff. There's no more of this like CBS like showing this stuff on a Friday night.
Yep. I remember Charlie Brown, and when I was a kid, Garfield. Do you remember the Garfield Halloween special? They always used to go hand in hand.
No, that one I don't.
Garfield was good.
Yep. What are some of the? I mean, we already talked about the Treehouse of Horrors. The Simpsons ones are always classic. What other Halloween? Like, I mean, a lot of cartoons didn't like He-Man. Like a lot of those had their own little Halloween episodes that never.
It would have
really.
I know. He-Man had the Christmas special. I don't know if they had
Christmas
Halloween one, but they had
Christmas in Eternia. Could you imagine how awesome that would be?
Yeah.
Christmas at Snake Mountain.
Oh my God! Yes,
yes. Another big time one other than the.
Yeah, I know we're forgetting something. I know the Ghostbusters had one. It was Sam Hain, the guy with a pumpkin head, was trying to make Halloween last forever. But again, that wasn't one that they played like religiously.
Make Halloween special again.
Yes, the Thriller. Yeah, the Thriller video. That's.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
That's real. That's real good for Halloween. I mean, Disney used to have their Halloween stuff, but yeah, it was always the Great Pumpkin and and Garfield. And if you haven't watched the Garfield, check it out because it's.
I mean, and I always look at Nightmare Before Christmas as being a Halloween movie.
So do I.
It's sort of,
yeah, so do I. And then you have all your movies, that they always play, the Beetlejuices, Addams Family, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus.
Those are all, the movies that they always play.
My wife loves that movie.
He-Man gets Kevin a new sheath. Is that the name of He-Man's sword, Kevin? Kevin's sheath is named Laura. What is going on here? Mike Hawk got the Addams Family Zen pinball on Steam for $339.
That's not bad.
No, that seems.
That's a fun pinball. Just seeing that last weekend, like it'd be fun to play that at home once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Once in a while, but not for the price that they're selling it for.
Hey, I'll tell you what, guy. I mean, what is it? Let's just call it $1,300 for right now. Some pinballs are $10,000, $12,000. The size of this thing, I've seen it in person. It's worth it. The only knock I'll give it, now remember, it's in beta right now. Like, this isn't the final product. They were supposed to have these in Cleveland. We thought that we'd see these. They weren't.
Disappointed.
So they give us this. It was better than nothing, but the only thing I'm going to knock is if that topper could light up, because it reminded me of the Big Buck marquee.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that bothers me.
The life of me, though, I don't know who's doing the marketing for these companies, though. I mean, you knew you were going to be there, and you still had the beta version to show everybody. You set that whole thing up, right?
Yeah.
It just didn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. I thought it was really cool to walk up and check them out. Hey, Tox.
Oh, I didn't even see him. He jumped in. What's up, Toxin? What's the full price for if Mike Hawk got it for $339? I'm curious as to what they actually go for.
He got it on Zen, so that means he's playing it, through on the Zen on the PC or what on at games.
I don't know. What did Mike Hawk said on Steam?
Oh yeah, because you can play the pinball game. $8.
$8.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
So they're not the tables aren't that expensive then. That's good though.
And so you can always play them, but it just depends. What do you want to play them on?
Yeah, right.
Play them on
that
expensive game machine, or do you want to play them on your PC or on your
do you want to play it on an arcade, or do you want to have everything on your TV? It's the same.
I kind of like the stand up the pinball. I mean playing the Star Wars
now. By now you've got a big enough TV where you can play anything on your TV. It's like for example, like when people say things like, well, it should have a 19-inch monitor. Well, obviously Time Crisis should have a 19-inch monitor, but here's the thing. If I got a 55-inch television and I got my computer hooked up to that TV and I connect those light guns to that, hook that all up, I'm shooting, playing Time Crisis on a 55-inch screen. So what do I need to set it up on a little
arcade experience? That's why you're doing it.
I know you want that experience.
It's the whole look. It's
people are having arcade cabinets built with 50-inch screens. I mean, it's just it's one of those.
We can't get 15 of them in a spare bedroom.
I mean, give a swivel mount. Yeah, there you go.
I took Marvel vs. Capcom 2 out of the room next to me last night, carried it down the flight of stairs, then down to the basement, and it's sitting next to Blitz.
Man, I'm surprised you're here and you actually have energy to speak after doing all of that.
I was pretty winded. That was tough moving that thing down. Kelly was too sick to help, and it's tough going downstairs with that stinking cab.
Dude, it's funny, real quick. Sorry to cut you off. Whenever I bought NBA Jam, remember I said I got that off of some guy for $200. He had it up in his bedroom, and we're fumbling it down this narrow stairwell. Pretty sure the dude was high. Well, I didn't, because the dude's like, "Oh no, I got it up here. We'll get it down." I'm pretty sure he was smoking something. So on the way down, he's on the back end. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. So meanwhile, we're taking it down the steps. He had all these pictures up on the wall in the stairwell. They all started coming down.
Oh
Picture
my
frames
gosh.
were hitting the stairs and going down. I'm like, dude, stop. He's like, no, I don't care. Let's just go. I'm like, it's your house, man. It's glasses all over the floor.
I've usually I'll take the control deck off, even if it's a 2-player, because it's just a little lighter.
Yeah.
But yesterday I'm just like, I didn't want to mess around.
No, you were feeling a little under the weather too.
The thing with the risers, the deluxe are. You want to talk about a tough challenge going downstairs with a deluxe cabinet?
Yeah.
At least with the risers, you can take it off of the riser.
Exactly.
Yeah, that little
Huge,
cabinet
you
isn't
guys.
hard to move by yourself. Yeah, you get one with.
I mean, it's 4 feet. You get the deluxe. It's 5.
You almost need a
6
second
feet
person.
tall, you guys.
Yep. Not like it's heavy. It's just awkwardly big, I guess.
Well, most of the size is the marquee, right? That's really most of the size.
On
Crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it this morning when I woke up. Like, if they could just move the monitor just a little bit higher, it's not as low as you think, but it would just be that much taller because of that marquee. Like, I get what they were doing. They wanted to bring, the actual arcade look to it. Because
take that 17-inch monitor out and swap it out for a 19-inch. It's time.
You know what? Even on the T2 with the buy stuff mod, Toxin, you're probably like, no, you're wrong. Because I know he's got a 20-inch, but it's not the end of the world having a 17-inch screen, because that's all you're staring at. It's just like your countercade, Zod. You're gonna get lost in that.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love the counter. The screen that I have sitting next to me right now that I got the Bobby Vu computer connected to. It's only I think it's only like a 15-inch screen. It's not that big, but I mean, if you're gonna have a gun game, I just feel like they have no excuse not giving you a 19-inch monitor, especially for the prices that they charge.
I know. Well, we don't have to pay him, but I continue to, and that doesn't help the
fact. You continue to. Yeah. Phil continues. Yes. Yes. It's
yeah. There you
it's
go,
good
Mike.
Though. But Phil does it so that the rest of us don't have to.
Yep.
I'm going to show you guys every pro and con on this thing. And there's good and there's bad about it, but it's interesting because you just look at all the deluxe they've given us this year, and they're all different.
Tax write-off.
Some coin doors light up, some don't, and some marquees work. Some it's weird.
You played the Buck Hunter, right, Phil?
Yeah.
When you do the this new cabinet, just see if you remember how it compares, if the gun is as accurate as Buck Hunter. Because from what I've seen, it doesn't seem as accurate to me. I don't know.
Time Crisis doesn't seem as accurate.
Yeah.
I felt Buck Hunter. There was a stage where you had to shoot the deer, and it is so hard.
Really? Yes.
Yeah. But the others, maybe it was, I'm trying to film at the same time. So you had the rifle, I had the camera.
Well, this is the part that I said was bad about Buck Hunter, but didn't really affect T2 or anything like that, because in Buck Hunter, in T2, you're just hitting everything on the screen. But in Buck Hunter, you have to look for that buck, that specific buck, and then being that the screen is so small, now you have to zoom in and try and see the tiny little antlers, and it gets almost impossible.
I love seeing Phil play Duck Hunt on the T2 mod. I was like, see, that
looked so good in that video.
It's so much better than Buck Hunter than anything. I mean, honestly, I feel like if you are looking for a gun cap, if you're looking for anything like that, that's the way to go. The T2 with the buy stuff mod and the retro shooter. Like, you're going to get the most bang for your buck if you do that, and you're still spending less than you would for Time Crisis. It's kind of a...
It's the look. If you want the cabinet, that's why you get Time Crisis. But guys, the retro shooter plays so good. And if you have T2, I know Stock Chalk ordered it. Now there's some. I've gotten 2 complaints about the retro shooter kit, and it's just if you get that product and you're missing something, you're just going to have to reach out to them. One of our friends, Chaotic, did not get the torque wrench or the screws for the guns. So, like, they kept it out of the box. So unfortunately, he had to reach out to them and say, hey, you didn't ship me everything. You can't play it. If you don't connect those guns, it's unplayable. And another gentleman messaged me that Duck Hunt wasn't loading. So, you're going to run into these issues, and you're just going to have to get these guys to replace it. You know how it is. You buy something, it doesn't work right.
Well, if Time Crisis goes down to 150, I'll get it. Otherwise, it's not happening.
That would be crazy if it did.
Yeah.
What was the lowest that T2 ever went to? $299, right?
It was 2 something, yeah.
But even T2 at $299, that the 315 that Phil was always pointing out, T2 is worth that, because now you can get the buy stuff mod and you're good to go. But Time Crisis is not. There needs to be a mod. There needs to be a mod for Time Crisis.
Here's what I don't get. Hey, Quarter Deck. Buy Stuff does a short where they're playing Time Crisis. I don't know if you saw this morning. And at the end, they reveal that it's the retro shooter kit. Time Crisis. So why would you spend $749 on Time Crisis only to put the retro shooter in there? Like, it doesn't make any sense to do that mod.
You're
not like T2.
Right. You're absolutely right. And with T2, you're getting so much more value there. It's just insane.
Look at Stock Jock. Got it for
look at that.
Oh, wow.
$199.
There you go.
That's absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
You get T2 for $199. You get the retro shooter, and then you get the buy stuff mod, and you're good to go. And you can play Time Crisis. That's the other
thing is that if you don't want to buy the control, like if you don't care about the other games, you don't have to get that control deck. P-Dubs is going to have that video where you could keep the same T2 control deck and just get the encoder board. You're just going to have to take the guts out. Like if you did the Ridge Racer or the Outrun or the Star Wars, you're going to have to unplug everything underneath that panel and replug it in.
Did you test the theory about if you plug in a controller to play the other games that require extra buttons on the mod for T2?
No, but it will work. You could plug that into that USB port. If I do that, then the control deck's not gonna. I'm gonna have to go inside.
Unless you use an extra. External.
I can get that.
Just plug in the external USB hub, and then you can.
But then it takes away from the arcade experience.
Yeah. It does, but I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the custom multicades that are out nowadays come like that. They come with the deck, and then they come with additional controllers to play games that, like console games and games that don't,
We got our Bobby Sarah for that, though.
You're right.
Well,
you could actually connect the retro shooters into the Bobby Sarah. You could do that too.
But I think you need that upgrade, that $24.95 that you'll see at checkout.
You would just need the Bobby Sarah to recognize the drivers for the gun. I think you might not need that additional mod. You'd have to try it, but with what you've done, you've made T2 completely, like the
really
ultimate
never going anywhere.
So it's not so you're gonna just leave that alone. You'd almost have to buy another shooter kit just to do that experiment with. It wouldn't be worth it to do that.
It's the best thing that buys stuff. Those, Mike, your Outrun, Jesse's got the Outrun too. Like, there's some good value on there, That's, man, like Jesse, would you consider doing that to your big buck, putting the retro shooter into it? You'd lose the shot. See, that's the thing, is you lose your shotguns.
Yeah, I like to play big buck, so I don't think I would do it now. I don't think so. I didn't. Well, I kind of had a problem messing up the outrun at first too, but now I'm good with it now because I play it more than I did before. So
don't worry about modding it. Mod the Wheel of Fortune instead.
Into
Yeah,
what?
let's put the let's
mod it into whatever.
the retro shooter, Wheel of Fortune. Like,
Retro shooter.
Mod it into a garbage.
Like Time Crisis on Wheel of Fortune. Oh my god, that'd be insane. That'd be awesome. At least get some value out of it. My God.
oh my gosh.
I'm gonna shoot it with my crossbow.
It's not like it works. Not like it works if you don't go online anyway. So you're good. Might as well replace the inside.
I mean, there's a 10-inch screen on it. What could you put on that thing?
Duck Hunt.
Let's mod the screen.
I don't even think that though.
Let's put a 32-inch screen on it. We'll turn it into Time Crisis.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty good actually.
Go order and order new artwork and stuff and turn it into Time Crisis. That'd be the ultimate project, man. You turned Wheel of Fortune. How you turned Wheel of Fortune into Time Crisis? What a video that would be.
Yeah, seriously.
Could you imagine?
Into Jeopardy.
Yeah, turn it into Jeopardy.
Yeah, put the pedal on there, step on it, like you see that right on the bottom of
That'd be insane. New artwork, and it'd be funny because it would look more like the real Time Crisis than the actual Time Crisis cabinet.
No, because the way that stands, it would actually be pretty good for a shooter because the cabinet, because the screen is up pretty high, That would be actually a good idea.
It's happening.
Wait, my wife comes home and
gears
sees
are turning. Yeah, wait till she's done with it.
At least turn it into the
a bigger monitor,
or the retro shooter kit into the Wheel of Fortune with the 32-inch screen. Like you don't need to make it just Time Crisis because you're gonna need the pedals and stuff. Like you get that with the retro shooter kit. Like
actually that would be pretty good. Yeah.
You might as well do it, Jesse. I mean, Wheel of Fortune's going to break.
Hey, chaotic.
I know. It's a matter of time.
It's a pointless endeavor to keep it in the collection as a Wheel of Fortune. So turn it into a Time Crisis. Let's turn a negative into a positive here.
Turn it around. Oh man. My wife still likes it, so I'll have to keep it for a little while.
Yeah, you gotta wait till it starts collecting a little bit of dust first before you start.
Once I see that disinterest for 1 minute, then I'll take it.
That disinterest, then you're like, you know what? Time Crisis it is. That'd be awesome. I would just love to see it. I'd be just like, wow, holy crap.
Oh, let's get the second question.
Yeah, you want to do the
right, so this is
nice.
this for the suppositories, right, MG?
For the suppositories.
That's what he said. I can't unsee it now. Go ahead.
In the 1987 movie Monster Squad, guys, we never even talked about Monster Squad today. Like, think about it. That's one of the best, like, PG Halloween movies you can watch. I always enjoyed watching Monster Squad.
Yeah, that was
I think
good
I'm
one.
very familiar with that one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In the 1987 movie Monster Squad, was released by this company. And we're going to pick out of the 5 choices here: Warner Brothers, Universal, Orion, TriStar, or Canon.
I'm going to watch Monster Squad today.
Phil, you're going to have to watch this, Pat, because I have no idea the answer to this.
They blow up the treehouse. Remember, like Count Dracula, like he threw that dynamite into their treehouse. That was it resembled the monsters of Universal. So I'm going to give everyone a hint. It's
got a lot of TriStars.
TriStar. Unbelievable.
MG.
Okay, MG. You got to send me your address, man.
Yeah, 2 prizes coming your way now.
Yes,
this Monster Squad looks kind of interesting.
Yeah, now you see, I would have thought that. I would have thought it was Universal because of that.
Yeah, right. Because of the Frankenstein,
I thought
Dracula,
it was Canon.
Mummy.
Hey, Goofy Foot. I thought it was Canon. That's why I put it in there. It's like a trick question. All right, MG.
That's a good movie to watch. That's a good movie to watch around Halloween.
Yeah.
PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a great.
So it's like, so again, you got to watch Five Nights at Freddy's, man. I'm not even kidding you. That's another great PG-13 Halloween movie to watch.
Unless you have a fear of animatronic robots, then.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? You got anything else? Anything else going on?
Not much.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out this that movie. Though.
I can't believe you haven't seen it.
I know I haven't.
Awesome.
It's
awesome
a good one.
movie.
Yeah, it looked like a bunch of kids. It probably. I mean, it might even be like one of those things that's a free watch on YouTube even.
Yeah, I bet you that's on.
Kick them in the nards. Is that what they say? Yeah, I've never seen it. I feel ashamed.
I'm trying to think of who played the Wolfman. Like, what's he been in? Like, he's been in like 75 things.
I can pull it. I'm gonna try to look it up real quick. What's it? Monster Party? Is that what it's called?
No, the Monster Squad.
Monster Squad.
It's from 1987, and it's available on a lot of different platforms. If you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch.
If you have Paramount Plus, you can watch it. It's on Hulu. It's on YouTube for $3.99.
Is it going to scar a 4-year-old?
No.
Okay. Because we might go upstairs after this. Hey, buddy, want to watch a Halloween movie?
Yes, Ralphie's correct. Real genius, he is.
Oh, I'm looking at okay. Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite's in there.
That's the Wolfman.
Yes.
Is that who it is?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, we didn't play the Monster Mash song either. Like, all this stuff's coming to me now.
Yep. Oh, well. Next Halloween.
We need to do another show before Halloween.
Better hurry up. Yeah,
2
days. Like 2 days, 3 days. Well, that's the thing. Like I said, with this whole nostalgia thing, I mean, you can get sidetracked so easily,
and it's definitely very organic the way everything flows together from conversation to conversation. We just branch off of each other so well. It's amazing.
Yep,
and we got a great idea for the Casino-cade.
Yeah.
That just came out of nowhere. I mean,
come on, that's brilliant. You know, repurpose the Casino-cade and make it Time Crisis.
Yeah, that would be good.
Our new artwork. It would probably come out cheaper than Time Crisis, and you'll have a 32-inch monitor.
Yeah, you could do all that for less than $750.
Yeah, if you take the front of that bezel off and the way that cabinet is designed, it would really be good. You'd have a nice big screen in there.
He hates that marquee. You hate that Wheel of Fortune marquee, don't you?
Yes. It's oh my god,
horrendous.
It's horrendous. I swear you could. You know what you could do? You could make a better one if you printed it out on freaking paper and just lit up behind it. Oh,
Jesse's gonna get a 3D printer just because of Wheel of Fortune. I'm so sick of it.
It's got bubbles in it. Oh my god, I want to punch it. It's just God, horrible.
Yeah, there you go.
I hope you're right, John.
By the end of the year,
if it is, I'm in. If it's around 300 or less,
if it's around 300 or less, we'll all get it. Showcase it together in a Nostalgia Power Wheel of Fortune special, and we'll all mod it and turn it into Time Crisis. All of us be like, this is happening. It'll be a group project. We'll be.
First thing, just take a baseball bat to that marquee, and then
Jesse with the baseball bat to the marquee,
send it flying.
And I can't believe we used to complain about these marquees and stuff, but oh my god, I've never seen anything like that. It's ridiculous. It's like they printed it on tissue paper and just glued it on.
That's probably what they did.
I imagine they come up with a
the economy sucks. They gotta cut costs somewhere, Jesse.
Yeah, well, they did it there.
They cut costs in a lot of ways.
Like internet, nope. Marquee,
nope. That's horrible.
Yeah, you got to have internet. I saw something today I wanted to bring up to you guys. I completely forgot. I saw this actually the other day where they said that these that these new PlayStation 5 Slims are, where you buy you can get like an add-on Blu-ray drive or whatever for it. It's going to have to, in order for it to work, it has to connect to the internet to do a handshake, hardware handshake, but it only works if it can connect to a server to the internet. So if you buy this PlayStation 5 and you don't have an internet connection you buy that drive later on, you're screwed because it won't have any way to connect to reconcile with the server. And I think that's the problem. That's where we're headed. Everything reliant upon the internet is the worst thing you could do for consoles, cabinets, everything. No, you should be able to buy it and play it right out of the box with no.
Well, look at how many people required. Look how many people lost their games because of that. They downloaded games and then they were pulled off.
Delisted, It's terrible. Video game, going to a digital only video game media type of thing is the worst possible thing, especially for us. Nostalgia Power being physical media.
Anything, it's going to be movies too. Because
you saw what happened with Best Buy. They're not going to sell movies anymore. They're done with physical, and we're headed that way with video games too. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike.
No, I muted myself.
No.
Now I had somebody. I think somebody might be coming from upstairs. Now the kid opened the door. Oh, want to come say hi? No, now he's camera shy.
So what's he going as for Halloween?
Stormtrooper.
Ooh,
nice.
He picked it himself.
Are you gonna put your Darth Vader on when you go?
Maybe. I'm trying to get the wife to dress up as Darth Vader. I have a Kylo Ren costume.
Oh boy.
So I may be dressing up as Kylo Ren, like an actual legit Kylo Ren helmet, like a fairly
you gotta get a picture for us.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because I got real excited when they brought Star Wars back. I'm like, oh, this Kylo Ren's gonna be a sick villain. And then at first you thought he was, and then you took the helmet off, and you're like, oh, he's just some emo teen.
And then that whole shirtless scene.
He's an emo punk.
The whole shirtless scene that everyone just wrote on.
How about the Jedi Skyping between him and Rey, where they're just like, it's like, what are they doing? Oh my god!
Oh god!
It's gross. Get a room.
I know.
Wow. But the Raylos love it. They love it.
There was so much wrong with those movies. So much.
They love it.
That's why I had to laugh at your George Lucas.
Yeah, that's why George Lucas, he
may have ruined Star Wars forever.
He had something to say. He was, he's a friend of ours. So.
Take that, KK.
Ralphie, you got.
Speaking of KK, did you see the South Park special where they totally trashed Kathleen Kennedy the entire episode? They trashed her like it was everything was her fault. They even had a scene where Cartman was looking for Kathleen Kennedy under his bed. Please don't let Kathleen Kennedy be under my bed. Oh, it was brilliant.
Did you see that when Spielberg snuffed her? When she was on stage and she was thinking Spielberg was going to give her props and nobody said her name or nothing. She just looked off stage.
They all know that Kathleen Kennedy is literally ruining everything that they built for her agendas. So it's not a cool thing. She's not very popular with these people right now.
No,
not at all.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Well, all right, guys. We've been going on for a while. The dog is now in the basement. The kid's now in the basement. Mic stands and cameras and stuff's going to start getting knocked over. Is the dog's name Chewy? No, that's funny, though. His name is Buster. Buster. That Chewy was one of his... we were going to call him that. I don't know how we ended up with Buster, but...
Chewy is his middle name.
Yeah.
That you never use.
He was going to be Chewy, but then it ended up settling on Buster. Yeah, he's not mean or tough enough to be Chewbacca. He's a 90-some pound golden retriever, and he gets pushed around by our little 8-pound, 16-year-old cat.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a big softie. Named the dog Indiana. Yeah, was that George Lucas's dog? Am I just making that up?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe. I don't know. I
Maybe.
thought like his dog was named Indiana or something like that. All right, guys. Well, what do you think? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but
I think we're
I'm
good.
sweating
MG, I
down
thought
in
you
this
had a
chair.
cat.
Yeah, we do.
No, MG. He
Oh,
said my
MG.
dog is 22. I thought MG had cats. Didn't he say he had a diabetic cat?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he did say that. But he's another one, though. He could have just been messing with us.
And since we still got you here, MG, we need your address. So just
Don't
send
forget.
me a message on Discord.
There was a thing in the news. Just I read this yesterday. The oldest dog in the world just died. He's 31 years old.
What?
Wow.
31. Yeah.
No, this
Can you
wasn't like
imagine
in North Korea or somewhere where you would have to question the
No.
validity.
It was
31 years old. That's insane.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of dog it was?
It was a mutt. It looked like. Let me see.
Wow.
31. I couldn't even imagine that. And he outlived the Guinness Book of World Records dog. He was 29 when he died, and I think it was in 1920 or 28 or something like that.
Wow.
That's insane. I mean, hopefully it was in good health. I mean, you would think if it lived that long,
he looked like he was, yeah.
So he just died from natural causes, obviously, at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he didn't look like an old, withering dog. He still looked pretty good.
Jeez. Yeah. I mean,
I can't find it now. But...
that'd be like your childhood dog growing up with you. And
yeah, can you imagine? I mean, my favorite dog I had just died. I mean, he was only 9 years old.
So if somebody do some quick math, what's that in dog years? That's like,
I think 215 years.
Yeah. All right, there you go, MG. We're reading my mind. That's crazy.
It's
a human being at 200
live
years
the
old.
whole time they can't live the whole time that you're alive. It's brutal.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Don't be turning no. But God, he's getting close to the computer tower. He's like, oh, what's this green button do? My screen and everything.
Oh, where did Mike go? Oh,
yep.
never mind.
Power outage again. All right, guys. I think that's probably good enough for this week. You think?
Yep.
Have a little bit of some Saturday left.
Yep.
Said, look, I may attempt to do a live stream tonight just for fun. I mean, don't nobody feel obligated, but it's just going to be me, Hot Rangus, potentially maybe my brother if he decides to come and hang out for once.
Just what's your next live stream?
Next Saturday night. I got a new
next Saturday.
I don't get it. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
So let's check out Mike tonight and Zod next Saturday.
Yeah, I'll make a post about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely like to. I'll stop by.
If you've never seen PT, yeah, it's a pretty freaky game.
Awesome.
Uh-oh.
Sure, Hot Rangus.
87, you didn't invite me.
I just invited him. I didn't know he was still here.
See ya, Ralphie.
Hot Rangus is his brother now.
See you, Ralphie.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. Everybody, of course, the three co-hosts are great dudes. And we will see you next Saturday. We'll be back 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.